Welcome back to our YMCA. You might have noticed some changes when you walk through our doors. We have been busy repurposing our rooms like we are doing to our Nautilus room. We've gotten rid of our tiered membership, so you will have access to every single part of the Y. So we are looking forward to that. Right now, I'd like to introduce Phyllis, who is going to be showing us the Nautilus strength training machines and orientating you to that. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, my name is Phyllis Cannon. I'm a Nautilus instructor at the Greenfield YMCA, and I'm actually in my 38th year working here. And I love it. And I've been doing Nautilus for that many years. And they're great machines. They're easy on the joints. Everything is run with hydraulics. Very easy and simple to use, and you get a great benefit. When you're doing Nautilus, we like to do it 3 times a week, every other day. You work the muscles out on a Monday, they need to recover on a Tuesday. So 3 times a week is your best benefit. Within a month or so, you even notice a difference. A month if you come in on a regular basis. When you do the weights, it's not how much weight you do, it's how you do it. You lift the weight in 2 seconds. You pause in the contracted for 1, and you lower in 4. So it's 7 seconds, every machine in the room. And that's where you get your best benefit. You want to do the weights. In the beginning, you might not be sure how strong you are. You try the weights and find out if it feels comfortable. But what you're looking for is momentary muscle failure while you're working out. So if you're doing 12 reps and they're really easy, you just add weight. The way the machines are designed, you can add 1 pound increments. They're 10 pounds, but you can go on the side weights, as you'll see, they're 1 pound. So there's no reason that you can't add weight. It is a circuit. We ask you to start at the first machine and go in order, and we allow 1 set. If you'd like to do more than 1 set, when you finish the circuit, you can go around again. But we discourage sitting on the machine doing 4 and 5 because it just makes the room busier and everyone is waiting to get on. We ask that you not cut. You just start on 1 and you move right along and you do your 8 to 12 reps, and within a half an hour, you'll be out of here. In the beginning, when you're first doing the machines, it's always good to look at the pictures. You can see the muscle groups that you're working, and they're right here. So if you get a chance, take a look at every one if you're not sure, because it'll show it right here, the muscles that you're working, and that's where you should feel it. Hi, it's Phyllis again. We're getting on the first machine, which is a seated calf. So you get on, you sit down, and right here, you pull up this little button, and it slides you back and forth. What you're looking for when you get on the machine, okay, the weight stacks start at 20. They go in 10-pound increments. Side weights, 1 pound at a time, so you can go up to 1 to 9 pounds. You can add. If you feel like 10 or 20 is too many. And get in here, take your foot, push down, slide down, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift in 2, pause for 1, slowly come back in 4, but do not let the weights touch. Then you immediately go again on every rep. Never just stop and do this, because then you're resting the muscles. It's a form of cheating. The key on here is you want your foot on the pad from heel to toe, which is perfect for me. If I was sitting back here, you're trying to do it and you're pushing with your toes. You want to push the full foot from heel to toe. Over here, we have the hip abduction machine. Always like to keep this up right on the side. Some people like to move it back. Usually keep it up. If you're shorter and it's uncomfortable, we do have a pad you can use. Get in. And set your weight. The key to sit all the way back is don't do this because now I've slipped and arched my back. So sit up straight. Put your hands right here on your legs, out and two, hold for one, slowly back and forth. But sitting up is very important because you don't want to end up arching your back. That's the outer. Now this is the adduction. It's the inners. Ab, the outers. So once you get in here, on the left-hand side, there's a handle. And if you feel like you do not have enough range of motion, you squeeze the handle and pull it up. You see how my legs go out? And they're just pulling in with this part. Don't use your feet at all. So you're gonna come all the way in. Don't quite touch into. Hold. Back and forth, nice and slow. Everything is slow and controlled. And that's how the abductor works. And then you can squeeze the handle and you can push down on it. Or just do this, get your hands on there, and it'll come right back. Right here is a leg extension for your quadriceps. It's a great machine. Right over here, there are, if you look over on the side, there's 3 numbers, 1, 2, and 3, and it depends upon the size of your, the length of your legs. If it's down too far, it's not gonna work. I use the middle. Most people do. Somebody taller might use it lower. Then, and you line up your knee with the red dot. Then you squeeze the handle, and the seat will come to you. Make sure you get set on your weights, and always look at the little small ones because there might be 9 pounds in here and you didn't see it, so you'd be lifting more. Hands nice, sitting here, relaxed, no tight grip. Engage your abs in every machine. Sit back with good posture. If you'd like to put your head back, you can. And if you don't, it's all right. I don't personally like it. You lift it in 2, feet pointed towards the ceiling. But do not come up and lock out the knees. That's very important. No locking out. Hold for 1 right here. Slowly let it come back and forth. Just don't let the weight stack touch. And that is how you do it right there. You keep doing that until you do your 8 to 12 reps. And remember, momentary muscle failure, where you can't do another rep in good form. You know, that's the key. This fitting down near my ankle. Now we're going to the leg press. Again, doing the front and the back. Take a good look at it because you're working a lot of muscles on this one machine. And because you're working bigger muscles, you're a little stronger than if you were smaller muscles. Now, to set this, you can hear that click, and you just pull it back and forth, and there's numbers. And what you're looking for is be at your knees at a 90-degree angle when you get inside. In. Sit back. Feet right up here on top. Okay. Push out in 2. Again, do not lock out. Come back and 4. Out in 2. Hold for 1. Same thing, never changes. The faster you go, the more is momentum, and you're cheating your muscles. And do not do this, because again, you're helping with your hands. Initially, when you're in here tight, for your first rep, you can put your hand here, give a little push, and put your hands right down. This is the overhead press. If you do have an issue with your back, you might want to stay away from this for a while. Okay, if you notice my feet are not touching the floor, and people think it has to touch the floor. It doesn't, it goes by the seat. Okay, I'm using these handles to my shoulder joint, okay? And this machine can be a difficult machine, so always start out low and you'll find that 1 pound increments will be plenty. So start out low, hands here. There are grips here, the wider grip. To start out, hold here, it's a little easier, a little harder in this direction. Let it sit in your hands. You're gonna lift in 2. Again, you don't lock out your arms. You don't go like this. Have a slight bend, hold for 1. Come back and forward. You can look to see where you won't touch. Just like that, nice and easy. But again, the weights might have to be lighter on here as you start out, and then you can go with the 1 to 2 pound increments. Here is a seated leg curl for your hamstrings. Usually, I'll squeeze it, I'll push the seat back so that when I get in, and then right over on the side here, you have 3 holes, and that is where your legs are going to be the most comfortable, okay? So you pull it out, and this moves back and forth. Generally, I always use a second hole. When you get in here, you want to sit and have your knee joint up to that red dot. Then you squeeze, and the seat will come right to you. Take this lever, push, slide your feet in, let it come back, toes flex towards the ceiling, not out. Pull it back in 2, hold for 1. You can feel that right on your hamstrings. And it wants to come back fast, you resist it coming back. The key on this machine is if you have too much weight, what will happen as you pull back, people will do this. Now, I've arched my back. That's incorrectly and that's not good for your back. Watch now. I'm pulling it back. I can't put my hands here because my back is right against that pad, right against it. So it's perfect posture on every machine is important. Again, you can engage your abs on every machine. When you're done, push it out, slide out, and that's it. Okay, now this is a super pullover. It's a great machine, but be careful at the way you use it. Works the lats, and it actually engages some of your abs too, okay? I'm short, I have it all the way up top. Okay? Personally, I use the belt because I am short, and it's more comfortable, and I might not slip and slide if I do. Okay? Now, if you look at the picture, don't do what the picture says. Look at the picture for the muscle groups. It's very important. You push down on this. I'm short, so I need to do that, the top one. Get your arms here. Bring this down. Let it back. Now, notice my hands. There's no tight grip. You don't want to pull with your hands. You're driving with the elbows. You put your elbows wherever they're comfortable in the pad, just like this. So you're going to drive it down in 2, hold for 1, and when you bring it back where you're comfortable. What the picture shows is you bring it way, way back, that's not doing anything. Where you're getting the exercise is driving down with the elbows and then coming back to a comfortable position. When you're done, push on this again, let it go back, you'll hear a click, take your arms out, and let this down. Try not to slam it, just let it back gently. This is the incline press. There is an overhead sit at a different angle, working muscles differently. Again, there's numbers on the seats at where you should be sitting. And again, you have two handles. If you're brand new with it, start off with these handles first, and then you can graduate to these because they're more difficult. So it's up in 2, hold for 1, back down in 4. Again, nice and slow. And that's how you'll do it. Again, cross the ankles for proper alignment. And then here, it's the rowing machine. Not like a boat, but a machine, okay? So right here, there's a handle for the seat. Now, if I try to reach, I can't reach it. It depends how short you are, how tall you are. So right here, there's another handle. You pull it in, and there's numbers over at the side. I'm on number 3, okay? So when you get here though, first stand up, grab it, bring it, just slightly pull on it. You want a nice straight back, don't hunch over it. Keep your chest right against the pad, pull it back in 2, not like this. Keep the chest right there, pull, back and forth. So if you have the right numbers, the weight should not touch. Just keep your chest right against the pad. And when you're done, stand and let it down. Right now, you use the top handles. There are handles here like this, working a little bit different in the muscles. But when you're starting out, you use the top handles. Now this is a vertical chest. Again, working at different angles. You're working the chest muscles. And there is a picture, shoulders, chest. Okay, again, every machine has a handle for your seat. Get in. Okay, now, you do not want to do this. You're hyperextending the shoulders, it's bad. To get these out, you push on here. Okay, so right now, you can see my shoulders. This is the starting and ending point. Sitting up properly. Out in 2, but don't lock out. Not like this. You want to keep your back right on the pad. Back and forth to where you started. Out in 2, hold for 1. Just perfect. I don't feel that anywhere but where I'm supposed to. And then when you're done, this is where you started. Push, and then just let this back slow. This is the preacher curl, or biceps. It's for your biceps, okay? Get your seat set, get the weight set. Now, you notice, I can't reach. Don't try to strain. Stand up, grab it. Now if you have, like I do, a smaller frame, and with your shoulders, if I hold this here, and I'm coming up in 2, and you only come up 90 degrees, you don't want to come this far. And you don't want to pull yourself back. Your elbows are lined up with that red dot. That's very important. So this is very awkward. So if you have smaller shoulders, you put it in here. So now my hands are lined right up with my shoulders. It's perfect. But again, don't come way to here. It's 90 degrees. And then down to where you're comfortable. Don't lock out your arms. And you will feel it. So this is this lift 2, 90, hold, back down, right to here. Don't lock out these. And when you're done, stand up, let it down. Okay, now we have the triceps. Okay, first we did the biceps, now it's the opposite as the triceps. There's a pad here, makes a difference. You want to be in here good. So your seat will be set properly so that when you get in, you push this forward, you slide in, another red dot, your elbow there, here, and put your hands either in a karate chop or flat, whatever you feel is the most comfortable, okay? So again, you don't start here, you wanna be 90 degrees. Down and 2, that's lifting, hold. Notice I haven't locked out my arm. And I wanna go way down. Want a slight bend, hold for 1, come back to 90. If you have shorter arms like I do, as you come back and your hands slide, it's okay. But if you notice, I'm in here tight. You never want to have your elbows off this pad. And that is the reason we have the back pad. If you're in here properly, your elbows always to be on the pad. If you have too much weight, there is a tendency to push like this, and it's just taking away from the tricep. To get out, push it forward and just slide right out. The low back. Again, if you have a problem with your back, if you've been to physical therapy, before you even come in, find out what machine you can use and what machine you can't use. If they said you had a bad knee and you were going to physical therapy for it, ask the therapist that you're going to the Y, and what machine should I stay away from. But this is a low back, so be very careful with your back. And this is the foot pad. Pull it up and you push it down just so that your feet aren't hanging or that your feet aren't sticking in your face also. Get in. See, right now, my feet are barely touching it, so it needs to be higher, just to show you. And there are numbers here. Okay, now here's another one where your first rep, you may put your hands here to help, and after, just cross your arms, lift in 2, and right back here, there's a black mark, and it'll say 90. You don't want to go all the way back and arch your back, okay, because you want to keep yourself in good form. So you're going back in 2, hold for 1, and then when you come down, there's another mark there at the 20. And after you've done it for a while, you'll have just the right, you won't even have to look at it, you'll know just where to go. Because if you go down too far, you're putting a lot of pressure on your back. So remember, 20, 90. Last in the line is the abdominal, a great machine. When this machine is used properly, you really feel it on your abs. So when you use this, don't cheat if you really want to work your abs, because it does work. I've worked on other ab machines when I've been on vacation, and I've never seen anything as good as this one. When you get in, you put your feet behind the pads, your toes pointed to the ground, don't pull on the pads, okay? And again, you have where your belly button is lined up to this red dot, okay? So, get your hands where they're comfortable, your elbows, and then just put your hands like this. This here is not what you do, because you're pulling with your hands. Some people will come all the way down here, which you do feel in your back. So what you want to do is put your hands like this so you're not going to grip. Head back, good posture. Lift in 2, you only want to go here. Don't push your abs out, because you can actually get a pop. Pull your abs in at all times. Keep them pulled right in every time you do this. Back and forth slowly. Right to here, back down. But you notice, see where these pads are? I'm not going way down, because the farther you go down, then you'll feel it in your back. And it's for the abs. Keep your head back. Don't come off. Keep your back, be glued right to the back of the pad. When I do this, I always feel like my back is just glued right to that pad, and it's not coming off. So remember, it's not how much weight you do, it's how you do it. Slow and controlled, and then if you're ready, once a week, once every other week, you can start adding weight.